Alright guys, so now we're doing wheel bearings and rotors and pads at the same time on this Range Rover. I did a video for the back. Now I'm going to be doing a video for the front. So basically I already changed the rotor, as you can see, the rotor, the bearing. Here's the old bearing. Okay, and you probably won't be able to tell much, but let me see. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's not supposed to spin that free and much less make that noise. If you look at the bearing itself, see how kind of destroyed it was? That's because the weight of the car was always hitting on one side. If you can really pay attention, you can see it moving. But yep, that's that. So there's a new one, putting it in right now. So let me walk you through. Obviously you got your rotor. The rotor has a bolt that holds it in place. The axle has a bolt, is a 32, that holds it in place. Now, prior from that, you're gonna have your rotor, you're gonna have your caliper and the bracket. I took this side on one piece, and on this side, on driver's side, you got the brake sensor. So we're gonna be putting a new one of those as well. This is your ABS sensor, which we're gonna be cleaning up. Okay, we're gonna clean that up. It goes right here, and that's a 8mm bolt, I think it has. And then your typical 13, you're gonna have to secure this to be able to take this apart. And then after you take all this off, you dispose. You can see the rotor, the hub, and the studs. Basically, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this off, the bolt, so you can move the axle. You're gonna take your ABS sensor, and then you have 15mm bolts on the back, 4 of them. Okay, you're not gonna use a long socket, you're gonna use this small one, the swivel and the impact, and you should be able to get to these two right here on this angle. And then the ones on the other side, you're gonna turn the wheel. Let's see if I can turn it. Come on, come on, I can do this. Okay, so you see the bolts right here. Here are the other two. So now I'm gonna get a swivel, put it in there, and hit it. So it's gonna go in, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the bottom. And then from there, I should be able to put the nut on and start putting my rotor, my caliper, and all that stuff. So let me finish putting the 2 bolts there on the back. Put this one here, and then I'm gonna present my rotor. Let me get that done, I'll be right back. Alright guys, so we got the rotor. Like always, it is labeled driver's side, front. We got the nut, the stud, and nut, and I already did the little ding on it so the nut won't back out. Now I gotta put the caliper on, the bracket. I gotta clean it up, put the new hardware, put some grease on it. So let me disassemble that, and then I can put it back on and keep on the process. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, so we compress the caliper, we put our bracket, hardware, pads, we put our sensor back on. Now I'm going to put the caliper, so then I could remove the old sensor and put the new sensor on the pad. So that's the way it's supposed to look. So let me get this back on. I already greased up these things. You take them on, you put some grease on it so they don't seize up. The nuts are tight, everything is tight so far. So let me put the caliper on so we can put the new sensor, and then we should be able to put the tire and move to the other side. Alright, let me get this done. Alright guys, so we hooked up the bracket. We have the new cable The sensor's in place. We wire it up. Comes all the way up to here, and then inside here is for the somewhere around here you pull, and the sensor is there. If you can't get on it because it's supposed to have like a little plastic clip like this, then you're gonna have to take the wheel well off to be able to see it. To me, it was already hanging, so whoever replaced the sensor the last time left it hanging, so it was easy for me to get to. But other than that, you have to remove that. So anyway, so now everything, always double check your work. Make sure that all the bolts and nuts that you removed are tight. You don't want to have any issues on leaving anything loose. So always double check, triple check your work. Make sure that everything is tight before you checked out and assume that everything is fine. So as of now, I already checked everything. Everything is good. So at this point, I'm ready to install the tire. So this side will be finished, and we can move on to the other side. Alright, let me get that done. Alright guys, so again, I'm on the other side. I already replaced this bearing. Let's show you guys. This is the best setup that you can do when you put it there. And then if you're starting the boot, because you don't want to break that boot, you're gonna push back on the axle, so then you can fit it in so you don't touch the boot and you don't ruin the boot. Other than that, make sure that everything is tight and secure. This is a new bearing for the passenger side. Now let me put the new rotor, the nut, which is right here. You're gonna put the nut, the new rotor, the ABS sensor, and we should be able to put the caliper bracket and the other piece. So let me get that done, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so where we're at, we put the rotor, the pads, the stud, the bracket, we grease up the joints. Everything is secure in the back. We'll put our bracket back on. The ABS sensor is on. Everything is secure and tight. Everything double checked, everything triple check is fine. So now we just got to put the wheel back on, and we should be able to take it for a spin. So let me put the wheel back on and put some anti-seize on the studs, on the new studs. We should be able to put the wheel back on, drive it, and be good to go. Like always guys, share, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.